What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 23 of the Big Shred Podcast. I am John Matos. Thanks a ton for hanging out with me on another Saturday evening. Sorry for anybody who was going to be hanging out on Wednesday and I didn't do a show. Some work shit came up. I had a big work inspection, so fortunately couldn't make the Wednesday show, but we're gonna reschedule that one. But got a great show for you today. I've got my good buddy Shane Jost. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right and it's not Jost, but we'll talk and he'll let me know. And he does vocals for Cognitive. He's in a few other projects as well that we're gonna get into. So super stoked to have him on today. Did some pretty cool shit this week in the way of abiotic stuff and making some moves, making some progress on the new record. So drums are basically all done, and we're getting into starting to track bass and guitars this coming week. We've been getting some vocal stuff from Travis as well. So it's gonna be it's coming together. It should be out in the fall. I've got a tentative release date, but it's still kind of tentative, so I don't want to say anything and fucking, give out some information I'm not supposed to and get in trouble. But should be out in the fall. So, I'll keep giving you guys some deets. If you keep watching the show, you'll get some inside info. So we also were able to send out our coronavirus relief donation from the mask that we sold, which is pretty damn cool. So for everybody who picked up a mask and shit, we were able to donate $290 to coronavirus relief. So not an insane amount, but at the same time, definitely stoked that we were able to do our part and kind of do a little bit in the way of helping out with all the craziness. We did donate a little bit of money as well to the Nomad organization. So they just hit $100,000 in donations, which is fucking crazy. So, big shout out to Frank, where he was on one of the first few episodes. Definitely check that episode out. Go ahead and donate to the Nomad organization. You can check out their website, and that helps out touring industry crew members who have been, affected by Corona and don't have jobs because there's no touring and shit. So definitely check that out. And yeah, that's pretty much everything going on as far as Abiotic goes. We're probably going to be working on some new merch and stuff like that. I've got some other cool shit in the works as far as guitar stuff and doing some guest solos and shit like that. So you can definitely keep an eye out there. Per usual, hit up the comments if you've got any questions for Shane. As soon as I bring him on, we'll try and get to your comments as much as we can. And definitely let me know who you want to see on the show next. I've got a nice list of folks. I had that up and I just got to find it really quick. So next week, I know Saturday is July 4th, so we are not going to be doing the typical Saturday stream. So we're doing one on Wednesday and we're doing one on Friday. And the Friday one I'm super stoked about. Friday's going to be with Trevor from Black Dahlia. So definitely come hang out Friday. And then Wednesday is going to be my buddy Eddie Torres, who he does the Rock and Roll Beer Guy podcast. I was just on his show. We've got an interview with him. Him and I go way back to when I was living in Miami and I was watching his band play shows and shit. So pretty awesome, pretty exciting stuff. So, all right, now without further ado, we'll go ahead and bring on the homie Shane. Shane, what's happening, man?
What's going on, buddy? How's it going?
Not much. Doing well, dude. Like I was saying before, your video is just so fucking crisp. So I gotta do something about that.
We'll talk later about that.
What's been happening, man? How's Corona and quarantine and all that shit been treating you?
Dude, it's been scary just because I'm back at work now and I work in retail. So
yeah.
Just the amount of times that I've had to say, "Hey, fuckface, put on your mask," coming into the video game store or the toy store or wherever I'm at that day, It's wild.
And
It's
you're in Pennsylvania?
I am in New Jersey.
New Jersey, okay.
Yep. And for those of y'all at home listening that are from New Jersey, fuck you. It's called pork roll. Let's just get that out the way real goddamn quick.
There you go. There you go. Word. Well, I mean, New Jersey's actually, one of the hot spots right now, right? So
Yep.
how are people taking it in New Jersey? Are there still people like, obviously you just said that there are, but do you see like more and more people like taking it more seriously, or are there still the dickheads who like are trying to protest like getting a haircut and whatever? Like,
It's been like most people are taking it very seriously, and our numbers haven't spiked all that much, but
yeah,
like last I checked, we have like over like 150,000 cases. Like
yeah.
just thanks, New York. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, it's
They're doing good too.
fucking wild. Yeah, I mean, I was seeing that New York is they've been seeing a steady decrease in cases, which is good. But yeah, I think it's dude, it's fucking crazy. I'm from Florida, and I don't know if you've seen that video that just came out recently of like at I don't know, like some committee meeting or some shit, and just a bunch of people making us Floridians look worse than we already do.
Ah, dude. Florida's a shit show. I love it.
So shot, dude. The one lady who was like, she said, I don't wear a mask for the same reason I don't wear underwear, because shit's got to breathe.
I respect that.
I was like, ew. Ew, dude.
That's mad Florida.
Yeah, it is. That's Florida as fuck. So, not
Like
not in Florida
that's
anymore.
like that's almost a meth gator. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
almost
like
there.
it's one step removed from a meth gator, basically. Yeah, dude, it's insane. Think people are just getting antsy, and I was watching shit from like the scientists that were saying whole reason there's another huge spike is because it's everybody thought that opening phase 1 of like reopening and like, okay, wear a mask and like, still only go out to where you need, and everybody in fucking Florida and in Texas are like, oh, so you mean like go to every bar and like fucking start partying again? Great. And yeah, what
Dude,
what do you think is going to happen?
perfect example of that kind of person. Like I'm a delivery driver as well because New Jersey's expensive,
Yeah.
and I was dropping off an order like a sandwich or whatever to this guy's house, and like he's sitting on his porch. Like I roll up with a mask, and he's just like, "Hey, you don't need that shit here, man. Take that off." It's like here I'm thinking like, fuck, he's paying cash. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, shit.
so like I like pulled it to like one side, and I'm just like, it's $20. He's like, can't let the government tell you what to do, man. It's like, all right. Then I see the Blue Lives Matter flag like
Oh,
floating
great.
in his fucking driveway, and I'm just like, let me get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, I've had some people at work try and tell me the same shit where, we're not letting people in that aren't wearing a mask. So,
Hell yeah.
had a guy pull up, and I was like, hey, sorry, I have to walk you out because you can't fucking come in here if you're not wearing a mask. And as he was leaving, and he was, I don't know, I was taking a complaint from him or some shit like that, and he was like, oh yeah, it's the same government that told you about the war in Iraq, and what happened there. It's like, dude, like, go away, man. Like, fucking seriously. But anyway,
It's like yeah, same page. Government's corrupt as fuck, but like, dude, the
Right.
virus is going to kill your grandmother.
right. Yeah,
on.
legitimately, like, right. There weren't like scientists talking about the war in Iraq. Like, this is not the same thing.
No, not at all.
But yeah. Anyway, did you guys have any like touring plans get bamboozled because of this shit?
Oh yeah, yes. We had. I don't even know if I can like really like talk about it.
Right,
'cause
right.
That I don't really have any like concrete details, but yeah, we were booked throughout the year. We had like a couple of different like not just the U.S. Like we had other things lined up, and
Right.
just just said, "Fuck it, we're not doing anything until 2021."
Yeah, I mean, I think that's obviously shitty, but that's the move right now. That's where my head is at anyway
Yeah,
too. Even though we're trying to drop this record this year and stuff, I'm like, okay, but we're not even thinking about playing shows until next year. Like, it's a whole that's a whole like whirlwind of a fucking conversation in itself, right? Like,
yeah,
do you want to put out an album where you can't be out on tour when the album drops? Or how does that look in the whole perspective of the industry and shit? So I'm fucking already super impatient as it is, like even when we can do shows and shit. So
same.
my whole thing is like fucking get this album out as soon as we can. It's obviously been 5 years since our last one too, so I'm like, dude, if we have to wait another like year to put this thing out, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. But also have to kind of take
Yeah,
into account like what could be the repercussions if you drop a record at the quote unquote wrong time.
yeah. I mean, but you even like you have to stay relevant. So I guess it just really comes down to like
Yep.
if you can't be there in person, if people are gonna be like just on the internet more because they're way more bored, just create way more content
Yep.
and just push it that way. Like just do what you can to get in front of like get people's attentions.
Yeah.
Like that's what's gonna like help some bands survive and then others are gonna crumble. It's all about like you need to have good music and you need to be able to push it. Like
Yeah.
touring isn't enough anymore.
Exactly. And now it's about like really brainstorming on, what content you can put out while I don't know. I think it's bullshit like that avenues like Facebook and Instagram and whatever else that are charging so that the people that follow you can see your shit basically, from for bands, for like businesses in general and shit like that. Like it's bullshit, dude. They need to fucking take out all whatever they added with the algorithms and how they nerf posts. If you put the word donate in the post, it gets nerfed. If you put the word like
Yeah,
share or watch or whatever, like, and that hurts obviously bands, it hurts businesses. Like, if your business completely goes online because of this, these companies are just like fucking taking advantage now of all this extra like ad revenue that people are going to be dumping into it and not
yeah,
letting up even like a little bit, man. Like, come on.
yeah. You like you can't like post links in your posts. Like you can't say the name of like another like platform, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever it may be. Like there's just
Shot.
so many little like minor details that are just like, man, this sucks. Just listen to my shit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. If you're watching or you're listening to this and you're good at social media, like hit me up
I'm trying
because
to be.
I'm like trying to just have somebody the majority of stuff like I don't want to have somebody like running our social media pages and people not be able to get in contact with us, but it's also like if you know how to do it better than me, I'll give you the content. We'll and then fucking you handle that shit cuz I like get too frustrated with that shit.
Oh yeah, dude. Social media directors are so important now.
Yeah, seriously. So get at me, fam.
Likewise.
So you had some fucking shows shows and tours get hopefully postponed and not canceled. So what are you doing in the meantime? What's been keeping you sane while you're at home?
I've just been like, I mean, as of lately, I've been working a lot, but I've just been working on the new Cognitive album. Like that is about 90% done. I have two more songs left to write lyrically, and
Nice.
then we just gotta like tweak everything as a whole, and then we enter the pre-pro stage. And then I also have another project that I'm writing for with my buddy Keith. He was in Shadow of Intent,
Yeah.
and it is now in At Rest.
Nice.
And our buddy Connor is playing guitar on that. Still looking for a drummer, but I mean, I got VSTs for now.
There you go. Yeah,
But
I mean, fucking now's the time to write music, right?
yeah, so I've just been like diving headfirst into that. Been doing the Twitch thing pretty hard, and I don't know, just doing whatever I can to like not just it. I feel like the room just keeps getting smaller, so I need to get out of here more.
Yeah, dude, it's tough. It's tough. Like I've been, not going anywhere, really just working home and I've been kind of going a little stir crazy too, but try and get outside a little bit, but now it's getting like hotter than fuck too, so I'm like, do I
Yeah,
really want to go and like but I should also try and get out a little more too. And if you're listening, fucking try and get out a little more yourself too. Obviously, social distance and wear your mask where you're supposed to and all that bullshit. But like, go out into the sun. Fucking like,
yeah.
if there's some nature around, like, experience some nature, and try and just like peel your face off of the screen, if you will.
And vitamin D is really important, and I can't speak for most of the planet, but like I got so fat during this, like it's nuts. I can't wait for the gym to open back up and just be afraid to go in there.
Yeah, afraid, and then it's just gonna be like fucking wall to wall full of people too. It's gonna be worse than like January, after the
But
new year or whatever.
my gym, it's usually open just 24/7.
Nice.
It's not Planet Fitness, so like not even staff is in there.
Sick.
So like I usually just go in there at like midnight and I'm just like, okay,
Nice.
there's some room to breathe in here. And the anxiety is gonna make it like you're just gonna sweat way more. Just like I'm gonna die in here.
That's the move, and yeah, man. I also have like I had like all the motivation in the beginning. I was like, oh, I'm gonna work out at home, and I was doing like some at home workouts and shit, and then I just got like, why? Like, what's the point? Like, I can't.
Existential dread sets in.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I got the dread. I got like, I only have
gonna
one
get
set.
the Rona anyway, man.
Right? I was like, there's no point. Like, I'm never gonna be able to go outside again anyway. No, but yeah, and I also like don't have multiple like different size weights for like these two dumbbells that I have. So it was also like I was getting a little bored. And then every day I'm just like, you know what? Like tomorrow's gonna be the day. I'm gonna do it. I'm getting back into it. And then tomorrow comes and I'm like, I gotta work on some solos and shit. So maybe I shouldn't. And then I fucking get on the couch and eat a Snicker and.
Fuck yeah, John. Let's be fat guys.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll just wait till after quarantine, and then we'll be all right. We'll start our diets.
We're just bulking up. That's all.
Exactly. It's bulk season. So how did you go about joining Cognitive? Because Abiotic has been homies with the band for a pretty long time. I want to say like probably our first or second tour that we did. I think we played with Cognitive, and then I that's when I met Rob and all those dudes. And
Yeah. Speaking of tour, yo, Lamb check.
oh man, mine's boom.
Oh shit, he got it.
I was actually, we'll do a little plug. I am selling this as a you can bid on it, and I'm donating the proceeds to Black Lives Matter. So yeah, that's a laminate from our comeback tour with fucking green screen shit, Cognitive and Grey Lotus and God of Nothing. So, but Lamb check. You almost got me. I
was like, there's no way. But, the fuck were we talking about? Oh
yeah. How'd you join Cognitive? Yep.
Well, I was actually in the vocalist before me. Like his name is Jarrell, and I was in a black metal band with him like a while ago.
Dope.
And we were both playing the wrong fucking instruments. He was on drums, I was on bass. It made no sense. And that band dissolved because, shitty black metal. and he went on to join Cognitive, and I started like following that shit. I was like, this band fucking rules. So I was just that try hard kid at all the local shows, just like learn the lyrics. I was just like yelling them at everybody, and then
Nice.
just I owned the merch and all this kind of shit. And then Jarrell couldn't do the last like 2 days of a tour. I think it was like ending in like Pittsburgh or Ohio. I forget where.
Yeah.
But Rob had hit me up like, "Hey, you know these songs, right? Like, do you want to fill in for like the last couple days?" It's like, I've never been on the road, but fuck it, yeah, I'll try it.
Nice. Okay, so that was your first tour too?
I
Ish,
wouldn't
the 2 days.
I wouldn't call it that just because it was 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did the two shows, everything went fine. We're driving home, and the fucking head gasket blows in the van.
Oh, of course.
And so we're sitting on the side of the PA turnpike, like there's just snow.
No.
like I just start seeing the flurries, and I'm just like, God damn it. So then we get rescued by longtime friend and actual like band dad, Steve Crow.
Nice.
Like, so he comes up in his you may have seen the Vanny DeVito like memes everywhere, like the minivan with Danny DeVito's face on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his van.
No shit.
So so this pulls up and is like, oh shit, okay, this meme is gonna rescue us. Let's go.
That's what we've come to. The memes are gonna save us, dude.
And then like I from there I was playing for a metalcore band called Proletariat at the time. I was singing for it, and I get word that Jarrell had some issues going, like not issues, but like he just had like his own like life going, and he was going to be leaving Cognitive.
Yeah.
So Rob called me and was just like, "Hey, you already know these songs, and we have a 3-week tour coming up with Grindmother, Worm, and Seeker.
Sick.
Like, would you want to do that?" It's like, fuck yeah, let's go. And then that tour went well. It was my first time like in Florida, and then like all the way up to Canada.
Nice.
And at the end of the tour, I got asked to join. I said yes, and here we are.
Cool, man. So then your first legit tour was with Cognitive. It was that one that you just said with Grandmother and Seeker and those bands.
Yep. I went from barely leaving the tri-state area to being like one of the most like traveled people in my friends group.
Nice, man.
just from death metal.
Yeah, dude.
So those of y'all watching at home, get in a van eventually and just make some noise with your friends. You're not going to make any money doing it, but you'll get to see Poland eventually.
Yeah, and fucking props to you for doing 2 days of shows, blowing a head gasket, and then still being down to do it, because I don't know, there's a lot of shit that it's like, oh, okay, so this is what happens on the road. You're just on the side of it, not in a moving vehicle most of the time.
See, I was naive enough to think that was a one-off experience.
Oh no, sir.
That's why I got in the bus the second time. And then here we are at the end of the tour with you guys.
Yeah.
And we shear 7 out of 8 lug nuts off the back right tire.
No.
And now we're just stuck in fucking Texas on a Sunday.
Fuck.
Everybody has work in 2 days, and we're just like, fuck.
Oh man, that must have been a fun ride home after all that.
We'll get to that one later.
Yeah. Rad. So getting into Cognitive and kind of doing your thing. So how did you go about starting to do vocals? Like, were you, because you said you were playing bass in another band before, so did you were you hopping on instruments first, or was that like kind of like a simultaneous thing for you, or how did that work out?
Like when I first started out playing music, like in like fifth grade, I started taking lessons to be like a marching snare drummer.
Oh, cool.
I started out in the school program, did exactly 1 year of that. It's like this is some nerd shit. I want to play some.
It's too much
I want
math
to
in this
play.
shit.
It's like, man, I gotta fucking count. I gotta worry about what this guy's doing. Like, nah, I want to sit behind a kit. But then I started actually playing drums in like a pop punk band as my first gig.
Oh, no shit.
Like I so yeah, there goes all my metal credibility.
Yep, it's
But
gone. Let me get you, give me your slam card there, bud.
yeah, I'll make the lamb check like fucking joke again. But yeah, I just slowly like always like played like dabbled in like every instrument. So like this band was like, we need a guitar player, and I'm just like, I'm bored and have a guitar. Let's learn how to fucking actually play this thing.
Nice.
And then the black metal thing happened, and I was just like, okay, well I can play guitar. I guess I can play a stupid big one. Let's give bass a try. And then later on down the road, I see guys like your bass player Killian, and I'm just like, oh, you could be an actual bass player. That makes sense. But then I've always just been like I've always like sung and like screamed a little bit, but like never really took it seriously until I was at Summer Slaughter. I forget what year it was, but it was the year that the Thy Art Is Murder and Ring of Saturn like both opened due to some like whatever like contest
Okay.
they were on.
Yeah, that was oh, you got some puppers in the background. That was
Or
that was fucking want to say it was 20 like 13 because we were regional openers for that one. And I remember
hell yeah.
because we played in Orlando at the House of Blues. It's like on Disney World property, and they didn't let Die Artist Murder play, and they didn't let Cattle Decap play because of their names.
Ah.
So the names couldn't be on the flyers. They couldn't play. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, that was
That's
sick show.
insane. But yeah, I was at the Philly date for that show, and I was just losing my shit because like Thy Art Is Murder is on stage, and I'm a try hard deathcore kid. Always have been. Probably always will be. Well, I can't say deathcore kid anymore. I'm a
No,
27-year-old dude.
deathcore adult, deathcore grown ass man.
That deathcore dad. I don't know.
There you go. Okay.
Not a father. Not that I know of. But
Not that I
I was
know
just
of.
doing like I was just doing like high screams and stuff like that just because like this band's on stage. I'm like crowd surfing. Everybody's like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is this fat midget doing? Just like stomping all over everybody. And there were these kids and they were like in the crowd. There was like, your high screams is sick, and our vocalist just quit. Like, do you want to like try out for our band? It's like, sure. Like, let's link
Dope.
up. Let's do that later. Then I ended up joining a deathcore band, and then that led to the metalcore band, and then Cognitive.
Nice, nice. So what were your like influences back then, and how long did it take you to like feel comfortable as a vocalist? You know, because like you said, you came from different instruments, and you were kind of just like doing it to be part of the crowd. So where was like that kind of point where you're like, oh shit, like I can actually do this, you know, because like you're fucking like super sick, dude. I didn't like tell you already before, but you know, I wasn't on the whole tour, but the shows that I did play, like so much energy and like just mean. So like how long did it take you to like get to feeling good about your voice?
Well, thanks, man. I mean, I started out just by doing like I was always trying to do like Cannibal Corpse lows, and then trying to fuse that with like a Suicide Silence or like a Black Dahlia Murder type high. So I was always just like, man, fuck this whole limitation of like I can't do lows or I can't do highs. It's like,
Yeah.
man, fuck that. There is no ceiling on this. Like, I'm just gonna learn everything and just do what I'm good at.
Yeah.
So jack of all trades, master of none. But the voice part, like that came like just with hard work and just being stuck in traffic and just yelling. Just, I mean, just doing that kind of shit, just always practicing in the car. But stage presence didn't actually happen until cognitive, and
Yeah.
like kind of deep in the cognitive because it doesn't really show anymore. But I used to have a horrible speech impediment.
Really?
Like I used to stutter a bunch. Like it was crazy.
Oh, no shit.
But then I started smoking weed at 13 years old, and like my brain caught up to my mouth. Like it just finally sunk. Like they synced up.
There you go. I manage a dispensary, and I've talked to all kinds of different people about different ailments and all kinds of shit, and now I can add speech impediment to the list of potential benefits.
Adolescent speech impediment.
Yeah.
It'll sync your brain and your mouth up.
I'm 100% not telling any 13-year-olds to smoke weed, so I just want to say that.
Yeah. Don't do as I actually don't use me as an example for anything ever. Don't do that.
So do you feel like so you said so around 13 is when you were able to like overcome that speech impediment, or did it kind of like trickle into the later years? And do you think like getting on stage like helped you more with that, or?
Oh, dude, it still happens every now and again. Like, and it always happens when I have one of these fucking things in front of my face.
Oh yeah.
Like when it, like especially if we're playing like an important show, just like and then just start actually speaking. Like,
yeah.
Like I actually got pulled aside like early in cognitive. It was like, yo, the songs sound great, but there's no confidence between songs. Like we need to address something like this. So like we would actually like we would work on stage banter, and I used to like write it all out. So like that I would. So now even every now and again, like I know I'm gonna have to do it going into the new shit.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just like take some notes, like do some bullet points. It's like, okay, shout out this band.
Yep.
Like fucking like tip your bartenders. Like don't drive drunk. All that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Hi Tyler, what's going on, buddy? Yeah. So speaking of crowd work, doing crowd work in the chat now.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, it's just like my confidence didn't really like happen until like I don't know, maybe like 18, like whenever like my third tour with Cognitive was.
Yep.
And then yeah, I still just work on vocals every day, and I mean, I obviously like don't overdo it, but like if you're like stuck in your car for a while, just like make some mouth noises, see what happens. And just if you're like, oh, that sounded kind of cool, practice that. If it doesn't hurt and it sounds cool, do that. Congratulations, you're a death metal vocalist.
Well, I'm sure I can speak for lots of guitar players and shit like that to say that like, oh
yeah, you guys can't practice in the car.
Well, no, but I'm saying like I've certainly tried to like do vocals in my car, and it's just like fucking embarrassing. So I just like nope. So I think vocalists don't give themselves enough credit. I think
you gotta throw that out the window, man.
Yeah, I know.
This box that you're like corralling around, like that is your stage.
Yeah.
You are on that red light.
But get out of my car and start like fucking like knocking heads with people and shit like that. Like no, but I have a lot of respect for vocalists and good ones, people that put the time in, and people that like overcome that barrier of like I suck and I sound stupid and why am I doing this, and I know it's also like difficult. It's one of those things that like for guitar I can explain to you how I play guitar and I can like show you, and like it's like there's not a lot of vocalists that can really articulately explain what they do, and it's kind of like fuck, like why can't you explain what you do? But in the same token, it's like it's because it's not as easy as a lot of people think.
Yeah, it like when it comes to vocals, like the whole reason I have never really done the teaching thing is because you can't see what I'm doing.
Right.
Like I can't just open up my fucking throat and say like, hey, just rattle right here, but don't go too low because that hurts and you won't be able to speak for 4 days.
Yeah.
Learned that one the hard way.
Oh fuck. Do you have like a warm up routine that you do or anything?
Yeah, sort of. Like I usually like Like I'll take just deep breaths like backstage. I'll just kind of like pace a little get the blood going, just real deep, just that a little while, and then do like scales while saying the letter Z, just like zzz, and it just loosens up everything in here. And then I'll do like a low volume, like I'll maybe like hum a little bit, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And I'll do like a low volume to just kind of like work that, and then full volume, and then be good to go.
Sick. You just did our first big shred vocals, so nice job.
Yeah, well, that's a sped up version of my warm up routine. So let me know if that works for you guys at home.
Yeah.
Whenever we start playing shows again.
Just do that. So all you have to do is say Z's, you hum, and then you get super sick lows. So obviously it's easy. What are you doing? Like, just go do vocals in a band.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like just grab a mic and just start just punching people in the front row. It's like as long as especially if you're a fat dude, just tear your shirt off and people will be like, that guy needs business.
There you go.
And then
you just have to have your shirt off and you instantly become a better vocalist.
Yeah, I mean, look at Travis in the early years. Or, I mean, not Travis. Wow,
Trevor.
Trevor Cernad.
Yep.
I was thinking Travis because you have such a sweet vocalist. He's such a great guy.
He's all right. He's okay.
Although, like, we'll sidebar for a second. Like, he is the only motherfucker I've ever seen in my life be like, nah, I don't need me in the monitors. What the fuck?
It's amazing. It's easily my favorite part about him. Like, hands down. That, I don't have to hear him at all on stage. It's like fucking great.
That's how in tune your vocalist is, like, with his anatomy. He's like, no, I don't need to hear anything. I will just feel it, and here we go.
Yeah, he's also loud as fuck. Like, he's so loud. Like loud to a point where if he gets close enough to me on the stage, I can hear him over my amp.
Oh, that's sick.
Like, it's fucking crazy. I've never, been on stage or even jammed or whatever with a vocalist like that was just so loud. So of all the shit that I talk about Travis, obviously we have a super fun and, great kind of dynamic. I will say that I've been getting a lot of demos back of him in the studio, and I'm just like it sounds fucking super gnarly.
Yeah, he's the only guy that I know, like, that I've toured with that's ever done false chord highs. So I'm just like, okay, go you.
Yeah, I don't know what that fucking means, honestly. What is that?
I mean, false chord. I think it's, to my understanding anyway. I'm not a trained vocalist, so grain of salt. But it's like way more like diaphragm supported, and like it's a lot more like punchy. It's a lot more airy. Just think like Corpse Grinder from Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah. So
And
like
then,
less in your throat and more like from the stomach.
Yeah, it is just like a straight just powerhouse, like building from like the ball sack out through the throat.
Yep.
And yeah, he's got it down. So like, go you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you can hear some of whatever Shane just described on the new record, because I have no idea what any of that stuff is. But yeah, anyway, what the fuck were we talking about just now? I smoked the joint before we got on here a little bit, and
Sorry, I'm like 3/4 of a beer deep, and
warm-ups is what we were talking about. So
warm-ups.
So getting your warm-up on, and so do you do that like before every show? Like, you recommend warm up just like any other instrument, like get your warm-up on?
Yeah. I'll do that like 15 minutes before we get on stage, 10, whatever I have.
Yeah.
Just like while all the next band is going, I'll just be pacing side stage and like just like here we go, just like trying to hype myself up, just like fuck social anxiety, let's do this shit.
Yeah, yeah. Do you remember what your first show on vocals was like, and who it was with?
uh, fuck, what was it? Uh, I know it was with the guys that I met at Summer Slaughter. The band was called Yami, but I don't exactly remember where it was. Hmm, I think it was at like a random like Moose Lodge near my house. That was the only metal show that venue has ever seen.
Fuck is a Moose Lodge?
It's like a how the fuck do I describe it? Basically like a VFW.
Okay.
If you know what those are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a brand of them if that exists.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just a little like rental hall that we just fucking dragged over some fucking PA speakers and just like
Nice.
we're a metal show now. Like, had cops hanging out in the fucking parking lot. It's like there's way too much noise for there not to be drugs here, and they were right. But mind your fucking business.
What was the turnout like? Do you remember what like you felt getting on stage the first time as a vocalist? Like, were you like, "Fuck, why am I doing this?" Or like, "Hell yeah, this is what I'm fucking." You know what I mean?
I mean the crowd like it looked like pretty big, but it was like a small room,
Yeah.
and like by that point like stage fright was pretty much gone just because like this was like my sixth band at this point. So
Yeah.
like I'd played drums, I played guitar. I was like, well, now I just gotta, while everybody's tuning, I'll just do crowd work. And I didn't. I was just like, oh fuck, well, that's a sweet hat, I guess. What song are we playing? You guys are still drinking water. What the fuck?
Help me out. I don't got anything else to say. Come on. No, that's
Bass player starts ringing out like anybody can hear him. It's like, ugh.
No, that's a whole other skill in itself too, man, is being a front man and you know, like you said, crowd work and you know, keeping people, being able to like command the crowd. Like one of the guys that I'd seen do it when I've seen them a few times and was just like impressed every time was Behemoth. Like I've just seen that guy command the crowd without words, like not saying shit, like just like going and doing hand gestures and like just making faces and just looking like insane.
Dude, with Behemoth fans, there's like this, and the whole place fucking spirals. It's like,
yeah, dude, it's so sick. I've seen them a few times, and then the time that I saw them that really like fucking shook me was we played the Barge to Hell, which was like a smaller version of 70,000 Tons of Metal. It was 40 bands. You play 2 nights and then you're off 2 nights, and it's sick as fuck because there's no like backstage, there's no green rooms. It's a giant cruise of metalheads, strictly only metalheads, and then all the bands, everybody's having breakfast together, everybody's like partying and like drinking together, watching the other bands. So I watched them on like the top deck of the cruise ship, where they built a stage over one of the pools, and it was just fucking crazy as fuck. It was so sick.
oh, dude, I bet like that would probably be the only time that I would hop on a gross ass cruise ship.
Yeah.
is if there was like a death metal show involved. It's like, okay, well, I at least have something in common with these people. I'm convinced that coronavirus started on a gross ass cruise ship, but that's my own theory.
It's very possible. I mean, I've been on a few cruises because living in Miami, I was like 20 minutes from the port, and
Yeah,
it's
you're
just
mad
like
at Florida.
yeah, I am. I'm Florida as fuck. But yeah, that was an experience, and then I ended up getting to like hang out with Nurgle and watch Sepultura from like they were on that same stage, and there was like a mezzanine on top of like above that stage, and just being able to watch Sepultura from like that mezzanine with like him and like some other people, it was nuts. It's crazy experience. What Do you have like a favorite tour that you've done, or like maybe some like a standout show that was like crazy as fuck that you
Uh,
can remember?
I mean, probably like my favorite show that we've done so far was Death Feast in Germany, and I think that was like late like 2018, something like that.
Nice.
And like that was a fucking crazy experience, just like being in like a far off like land, and it's just like look at all these metalheads like all these slam bands sound the same, but they're into it. That's awesome. uh, no shade, no shade. But yeah, like that experience was absolutely wild. Like the crowd was awesome. It's true what they say about German beer for the most part.
Oh yeah.
You can get it cold. It's cold still. So like Americans like, oh, they drink it warm if they want to.
Yeah. You can
If
get it
you
cold.
let it get warm. And I had underestimated that fucking beer. So I was like pretty much like blacked out by the time the
Oh,
fucking sun went down.
no. Hopefully after your set.
Oh yeah, I had not drank anything before the set. Never
Nice.
have, never will. Like I'll maybe have like a shot or two
Yeah,
like
get warmed up.
before I
Get a
go on
little loosey
stage.
goosey.
Little loose if I'm like if I'm not feeling it, I'll make myself feel it.
Yeah.
But then yeah, no, that was a wild experience. And then like the favorite tour would probably be I it would either be touring with Volvodynia, just because
Nice.
those guys are such sweethearts. Like
Chris is a fucking sweetheart.
yeah, you just had him on here like a
Yeah.
couple episodes ago, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was cruising through the backlog a little bit to try to prep for the interview.
Oh, nice. Well, look at you doing your homework.
Yeah, I mean trying to anyway. I like to at least listen to like one or two podcasts going into it. So I listened to the Michael Keane one. That was a really interesting video.
Yeah, nice. Glad you dug that one. That he's one of my big influences, and it was really dope to kind of get in depth with a guy that I've really looked up to, frankly, for a long time. So yeah, that I think it's cool. Just like you, I'm sure there are people that are listening, watching now, or potentially in the future that they look up to you and they're like, fuck yeah, how do I do sick lows on a podcast?
Let's be real. I'm 5'2". Nobody looks up to me.
That's fair. Looking in your general direction with I don't know.
Gazing from afar
Yeah.
in admire.
Yeah, in admiration. There you go. But yeah, that's what's fun about doing this. So people to see that we're just real dudes, and everybody's pretty chill and laid back, and also get some cool insider stories from the road. So what we talked about, maybe some of your favorite tours, or actually no, let's go a little bit more into the Vulvodynia tour. So like what were some of the sick parts of that run?
Well, just cause like I had like it was Vulvodynia, us, and Scumfuck.
Nice. Oh, with Dickie.
So like yeah, so like as soon as like I like as soon as Rob was just like, hey, we got this tour, and I'm just like, fuck, like I gotta like go on stage, like I have to follow Dickie Allen,
Yeah.
and open for Duncan Bentley. Dude, what the fuck? So like I practiced my ass off for that set, like, and I
Nice.
had no idea like who was gonna be cool, who wasn't, just because like when you start off a tour, you have no idea like who's gonna be what.
Yeah.
And then like we joined the tour, and everybody's like the sickest guys ever. Like
Awesome.
the Vulvodynia guys couldn't be nicer. And I'm sick of the elitism following that band. Vulvodynia is slam. Fuck you.
Yeah, they are. And sorry, we just have to take one moment to honor Rob Wharton, who has just joined the chat. Rob,
Hi, Rob.
Rob, can you make sure that it's you, because the chat that we had for the tour that we did, everybody changed their name to Rob Warden. So I just need like I don't know, I need something. So send us a picture of your head.
Rob's just here to make sure I don't say anything stupid.
Rob, he already told us the name of the new album. He already showed us all the new songs. He showed us the art, and he's quitting the band actually. So just letting you know.
Yeah, the next guest is going to be your new vocalist / old vocalist / I mean, I guess you're doing vocals now. I don't know.
Rob, I'm doing vocals. So just so you know. I miss you too, Rob. I miss you too, buddy.
Miss you, buddy.
Yeah. So how were those shows on the Vulvodynia tour? Were they good?
Oh, fucking, and Harry's here.
Harry
yeah.
too. What up, Harry? Rob Warden reporting.
But yeah, the Vulvodynia tour was fucking sick. Like, every date on that show was absolutely fucking insane. And then like, another like great tour was the Cranium Waking the Cadaver Alaka tour.
Nice.
Like that was another like crazy fucking highlight. One of those like, I can't believe I'm doing this kind of things.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, we toured with Waking back in 2013 or 14.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, awesome dudes. Don is the fucking man. And they had just put that album, I forget the name, but it was like, I don't know if it was their last one or maybe one before that. Was
it Beyond Cops?
Maybe.
Or Real Life Death.
Real Life Death. That's the one. Yep.
Word.
Yeah, because they play that song like lumped up, and it was awesome. Those awesome.
I love how
songs.
I never I didn't get into Waking the Cadaver until touring with them.
Really?
It never made any sense to me.
Dude, I heard that band in high school with the shredded wheat fucking shit, and yeah, I had like buddies in high school that showed that to me, like Chased Through the Woods by a Rapist and the music video and all that shit. And yeah, and then later, like seeing when we got the offer for that tour, and I was like, what? Like, who's on this tour? I get to watch Shredded Wheat every night? Fuck yeah.
They're never gonna live it down.
No, never. But hey, they've owned up to that shit, and it's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah. But like I didn't like get it until I saw it live. And that was at the same time that I like saw like Cranium live too. I was like, okay, here's Slam. This makes sense to me now. It's just, it's not supposed to be taken super seriously. It's like, it's more simplistic. It's just fucking caveman music.
Exactly.
Just shut up and hit somebody.
Shut up and hit somebody.
Oh, I get it.
Fucking heavy. Fucking yeah, just watching those guys and watching people like lose their minds every night was sick. And then Dying Fetus was headlining that tour. So
oh, you fuck you.
it was sick, dude. And the tour was supposed to be even more stacked. So it was supposed to be, it was Dying Fetus, Exhumed.
And then Devourment was supposed to be on it.
Devourment was supposed to be on it, and then they ended up not being able to do it. And I was so bummed, dude. I was like, what? I was gonna be on tour with Devourment, and we didn't happen. But it ended up Rivers of Nile actually, where they did like half of the tour or something, and pretty sure that was the first time that we met those guys. May have been, I don't remember if that was before or after we did another tour together, but yeah, that was she was a lot of fun. So let's talk your worst tour experiences. I mean, you're in a band with Rob, so there's got to be quite a few of them. Just kidding, Rob.
Nah, Rob's easy to tour with.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
He's like, there's not ever gonna be like an immense amount of pressure on you. Like, he's not gonna dictate or you around. Like, he's super fun to be around. So,
yeah,
like,
he's hilarious. I'm just talking shit. I love you, Rob.
It's fun to talk shit too. But worst tour experiences. I mean,
or like, I wouldn't say worst. I'd say like roughest. So like, you know, there's some ones that maybe we feel were tough, but it's also like, damn, we had to go through that shit, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I've got one for you, and it's in your home state of Florida.
Oh, sick! Of course, we're all dreams go to fucking die.
Yeah, I won't say the name of the venue just because, you know, but you can smoke indoors at this venue.
I
So
already know
like,
which I already know which venue it is.
okay, so like yeah, there was like this whole like the venue was in like a separate part of like the building, and like everybody was just smoking cigarettes like inside, and
Uh,
like at the time, like I was like a smoker too, but like
yeah.
it was just like a fucking hot box of tobacco to smoke, and it was like, what
Ugh.
the fuck? And like later on the night, it like destroyed my vocal cords. I couldn't speak the next day.
Shit.
But like it was just like the typical like Florida like leather skinned like I'm retiring down here kind of type deal. Like this dude at the bar is just throwing around like racial obscenities
Oh,
and like
great.
just like fucking here we go. Like that guy gets yelled at and all this good shit. And yeah, it was like that, and there were maybe like 20 people at this show, and like they were super nice. Like one of the dudes looked like fucking Ego Raptor from Game Grumps, and I'll never
Oh,
forget
nice.
that shit.
Good old.
Like exactly like him. Like it could have been his illegitimate child. I was just like, what the or like he was like a little chunkier, so like he was like a Game Grumps animated. But
Nice.
yeah, it was like I was like there was like maybe like 3 feet of like I couldn't move at on stage at all, or I would like trip over a monitor,
Oh,
and like
jeez.
and like I'm not gonna do the floor show thing because whenever we do that, I end up yelling up at the crowd, and it's just like. You ever see a chihuahua that's barking way too loud? It's like
Oh,
it's what I feel like on
shit.
stage.
Yeah, those are shot like when the stage is too small for the whole band, and then everyone's just like, "No, you get on the floor. We'll hang out up
Yeah.
here. You get on the floor."
And,
Oh, what up,
but
Slam J? Slam J is chilling. Speak of the wormhole.
yeah, yes, Sunil and
Yeah,
Basil just joined. So like, what's
Noni
going on,
and
guys?
what up?
But yeah, we play the show. It goes awfully, and like we're leaving, and like we see these two dudes like getting on motorcycles. This dude is like tripping like on his way up, like completely hammered, like getting
Oh,
on a
jeez.
motorcycle, and his buddy like leans over to him and is like, "Hey man, you good?" He was like, "I don't know, but I get there, man." And just
Oh
fucking
no.
wheels, flies away. There's a cop like a block up watching the whole thing,
Oh,
just
great.
doesn't say shit about it.
Oh,
It's like it's like, oh yeah, but whatever. Then we got to hang out with I think we went to Harry's sister's house that night and just slept on this fucking super comfy couch
nice.
and fucking just hung out in the AC, and like it was the perfect end to an awful day on tour.
Awesome. Sanjay
Oh
says
yeah,
Wormhole's going to
yeah,
take over this interview like we're taking over cognitive.
yeah. Yeah, Anch was actually filling in for us on the road. Like saw the dude being a dickhead inside. He was like, I'm just gonna hang out in here because
Yeah.
like fuck that. And
I like smoking
I don't know.
inside.
I mean, I don't mind it either, but it's just like it was just such an enclosed area, and like every breath that I took was like a half of a Marlboro Red.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan. That shit's like it's a bummer because you end up like if you don't smoke, you end up getting out of there smelling like a fucking giant Marlboro fucking red that a guy with 4 teeth has been chewing on for 3 hours and just will smoke it down to
Slobbering all
the
over it.
yeah. And he put it outside for a few bands, and then he came back in outside to smoke on it, and somebody took a piss on it, and then he's been doing that for like the whole show. That's what you end up smelling like.
Yeah, that dude counts the teeth in your mouth like you ain't from around here, man.
Yeah. You must got that dentist money, boy.
I think that was the same guy that like we went to like I think we like went to like go. Oh yeah. Oh, thanks for reminding me, Anch. Yeah, they made us fucking sign a waiver to play the show. Just that
Wow.
if we're hurt at the venue, it's not their responsibility.
Oh, sick.
I was just like, how? I mean, I signed it because I'm a fucking idiot, but like, why you gonna make me fucking do that? What's up,
Hey,
Alex?
what's going
How you going,
on,
boy?
Alex? Miss you, bud. Yeah, that's so that was they made you sign a waiver for your safety, not like for
Yeah.
wow.
Well, yeah, it were just like, we are not liable for damages done to you. I'm just like, do
Sick.
you even check this PA system? Like, what's going on here?
It's kind of weird. Like, are you guys like planning for somebody to whip my ass, or like what's the deal?
It's like, you ain't been to Florida, have you?
Yeah. Jeez. So Michael says nothing will beat the Casualty show we went to when the bassist just walking spewed, not missing a beat on his merry way to play the show. I just can't even imagine being in man's shoes. Damn,
Hell
just
yeah.
walking around throwing up everywhere. Guy sounds like a national treasure.
If you see the casualties, it'll make sense. Like they're just there's like a fucking like a punk band that
Yeah.
like does punk. So it's like,
Yep.
you know what? If you're not thrown up on stage in a punk band, then like you're a poser.
Yeah, right. But he said he was just walking, so I think he was just walking in the venue. Like was just walking around like I'm gonna go see what's going on in the green room and just like walking through the show and just like blah.
Hell yeah, I respect that.
Dude sounds like a G. Word. So let's talk a little bit about, we were touching on it a little bit in the beginning, but what your thoughts are on like, the future of tours. When do you think, I don't know, based off of obviously, I don't know, I'll speak for myself, my limited knowledge. I'm not a scientist or I don't know, an economist or whatever.
Fucking look at me. Just assume that I don't know shit.
But what are your thoughts? What do you think is going to be? When do you think shows are going to come back, or people are going to start wanting to actually go to them?
I mean, I'm seeing shows like on like I'll see like little videos on like Snapchat or like on Facebook or whatever
Yep.
of like I'll see like little like basement shows like popping up in well, mostly Florida, but sorry, I don't mean to rag so hard, but like you're fucking up, Florida.
Yeah. God damn it. Well, I will be fair and say there are no basements in Florida. So if you saw a basement show, it wasn't in Florida.
Okay, fair. Nah,
But I'm sure I'm sure they've done it. There's no doubt in my mind that there is a show happening in Florida right now.
yeah, it's insane, and like I mean, you're braver than I am because like I won't be doing that shit anytime soon. I'm thinking like shows happening like nationally, rough estimate like January, February,
Yeah.
but then like full capacity shows I'm hoping by the spring. But like
Yeah.
I don't like because like especially in our genre, it's such like it's an experience. It's not like it isn't just like listening to the album and just kind of like vibing with it. Like
Right.
it's like now like you're climbing all over one another. Like the pit's going up. There's some dude that like fell. Now he's bleeding, but he's smiling because you're playing his favorite song.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird fucking culture that we have, but it's a culture. And
Yep.
part of that culture is being jammed fucking shoulder to shoulder up on that barricade because holy shit, they're bringing this song back.
Exactly. And then what are you going to do? Like, how can you not, after the set, be at the merch table and have that guy who's on his 19th beer be 1/4 inch away from your face while he tells you, like, how great you are?
Oh, doing one of these things. It's just like, hey man, I play for a band too. Do you want to hear it on my cell phone? Here,
Well-
it's right here.
While the other band is playing.
While the other band is playing. This fucking not even a Punisher. This man to quote your boy fucking Michael. He wasn't a Punisher. He's a fucking Terminator.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
trying to fucking like anybody that pulls out a cell phone and says listen to my band at a show, no,
Yeah. It's
this
not.
conversation's over
It's not happening.
because first impressions are everything. Send me a link, I'll ignore it later. But
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 yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I agree with you, and I'm optimistic on it too. Like, I hope, January, February, spring is when stuff starts to feel normal in the touring industry again. But also, like, all the scientists are saying, like, oh, you think it's bad now? Wait until the winter. Wait
yeah,
until
what
the
is normal?
wait until the flu is happening at the same time as this shit, and we can't tell who's got the flu and who's got corona.
It's like,
And
yeah, dude. I, I'm fucking scared, man. Like I've had asthma since I was 3, so like
yeah,
if I catch this shit, I'm a dead dude.
fuck.
R.I.P. Shane.
Well, if you
But
didn't if you didn't want to wear a mask before, please consider to save our very
that fucks
talented
like me.
vocalist. Not what I was gonna say, but
I'll say it. Y'all are overthinking it. But yeah, I mean, like, what do you think? Like, let's say your band gets booked for like 5 days, March 2011. Like, what do you think that's gonna look like?
like March of next year, I don't know, man, because it's fucking like we live far apart and stuff. So for the most part, like a few of us live in Mass. Matt lives in Florida. Travis lives in California. So like, unless the monetary like shit is there, we wouldn't even be able to do
Yeah.
just like 5 shows. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know if 5 shows would like cover our overhead, just like
All right.
traveling and
Okay,
and
so
getting people together.
So just like the stars align, best case scenario,
Yep.
2 weeks on the road, no Mondays. Like, what do you think? What do you think? Yeah, and we're skipping Florida. What
Oh,
do you
nice.
think?
No, I'm just
What do
kidding,
you think?
Florida.
We're never getting booked in Florida again.
Yeah, I'm
Nah,
from there. I'm getting disowned, dude.
No. All right, real quick. Florida, y'all are some wild motherfuckers. So when it comes to your antics, I simply can't hang. That's all I'm trying to say. And you got too many leathery skinned racists that you guys need to beat the fuck out of.
Yep.
But back to the question at hand. Yeah, no Mondays. So
Okay.
6 days on, 1 day off, 2 weeks, just hitting all the A markets. Like,
Yeah.
what do you think those shows look like?
So I think if we're in March, and obviously it depends on where Corona is at in that time, but I think it's tough. I think there's either going to be the big bands that can afford to wait it out are going to wait it out and going to let the smaller bands like us, like, and I'll say like my band, be the
Same level.
be the guinea pigs, like you guys go play some shows and then we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I think once people get the green light, and depending on, I don't know who you trust, or if you're high risk or not, I think people are going to be more stoked than they've ever been to go to a show, and I think bands are going to be more stoked to play shows than they've ever been. My head is at like all the dudes that, like, even in, again, bands our size that have been doing it for as long as we have or whatever, all the people that were feeling jaded about like going to shows or like playing shows or whatever, like, oh fuck, we got to do this again. And I'm sure those people right now are fucking kicking themselves and saying, fuck, I didn't know that I wasn't going to be able to do this anymore. So there's going to be that.
Granted.
Yeah, I took it for granted. So there's going to be that, I think, newly found vigor in the bands. It's going to be hella competitive, I think, too, because everybody's going to be trying to get out at the same time. I think it's going to be really difficult for promoters and then also for bands as well for that whole dynamic, because especially the first couple of tours, promoters are not going to generally have the income that they got from the last tour to be able to make sure that they can cover the guarantees for the next one. So very likely there's no money in hand when you get, when the show opens, and they're 100% like trying to, basing a band getting paid off of who comes through the door, which is obviously how every show goes. But, when you get to a certain level, it's the band gets paid the guarantee regardless of what happens at the show because there's contracts and like all that shit. But I don't think promoters are going to feel comfortable doing any of that stuff. So it's going to be probably more door deals, or there's going to have to be like, hey, you guys have to take 3/4 of what you're used to getting or half of what you're used to getting, and then you'll get paid whatever else based off of the turnout, or you know what I mean. So I think there's going to be a shake up in the dynamic on how certain bands get paid. Now the bigger bands, I don't know how much they're going to feel it, but I know bands that are, again, in our realm, even bands maybe a little bit bigger than ours, and obviously bands smaller than ours are going to kind of feel that change.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like mostly the same way, and like, to Rob's point, like, yeah, there's gonna be a lot more like door deals, and then like ticket prices are gonna fucking skyrocket. So like,
yep,
bands like Cannibal Corpse or Dying Fetus, like they were like a $30 band beforehand, probably gonna be like $100 or something like that. Like, I mean, and
yeah, maybe
again, I'm just spitballing. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Anything's possible, dude.
But like, yeah, that like capacity is gonna be way lower, so you guys in metalcore bands won't know the difference, and which I want to
trapped is all good. So I mean, nothing's gonna change for those guys.
I just want to point out that that metalcore bass players from 2010 that wore these fucking masks were way ahead of the curve.
Yep. And and the least people that we need around also, like they're the least useful guys in the band. No, I'm just kidding.
They were the most
metalcore bass players.
They were just like, I don't want people to see my jacked up teeth. Little did we know they were being humanitarians about it. They were just like, I care about your well-being.
While I play on this one string for the whole song.
They're gonna turn me down in the mix anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's gonna be just a lot more like empty shows. Like,
yeah, dude.
Like maybe like, I mean, I couldn't see me doing it, but like maybe like digital tours would be like a lot more apt. Like just like doing like Twitch streams and like filming it like that. But like,
I've seen some bands doing that. I've seen I don't know. I can't get away from it now. Any video I watch has an ad for this Suicide Silence like virtual show that's happening on July 3rd. Like literally anything I watch on the internet, somehow Suicide Silence has an ad for it, which, props to them. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. They're actually doing a literal like virtual tour where like it's a specific, I guess, video or I don't know if it's the same. I have no idea, but like they do like a Q&A and they do like all kinds of shit. And that's, I mean, like we said before, like forward thinking, how do you stay relevant? How do you stay in front of people? You have to like come up with new ways. And this is just, you got to be innovative.
Like I'm not sure how much like touring is going to be like a thing in the future.
Yeah.
And like, I'm fucking scared, man. Cause like cognitive, like that's the one thing that we fucking rule at. Like, we are some road dogs. Like, we are always out there. And this is the longest time I've been in this room. Like, ever. It feels so alien. Like, I just want to smell like shit in that broken bus for a while.
That's what I'm saying. Taking it for granted. Like, missing the bunk. Missing sleeping in the bunk. And fucking, like, Little Caesars.
The worst pizza everywhere.
Yep.
Until you get to motherfucking New Jersey, best pizza on the planet. Fuck you, New York. Fuck you, Chicago. New Jersey all day.
There you go. You heard it first. Scientific facts that pizza's better in New Jersey. I don't think I've had proper pizza in New Jersey. My New Jersey experience has been Trenton. So. Yeah. Championship bar.
Oh, okay. I dare not speak about champs.
The
place to say.
the classiest venue,
Yeah.
one of those vocalists. The floor belongs to you places, but we've had our fair share of some cool shows there.
Where I
But
got my where I got my land legs, my sea legs. Like
oh, there you go.
those my stomping grounds.
Yeah,
It's like 45 minutes from my house.
nice.
But new bunks 2021. Hell yeah.
You guys getting a van?
We got the new bus already,
Oh, we're
but
okay.
the apocalypse happened, and now we're
Yeah.
talking on a webcam.
Oh, that sucks. Word, dude. So, anything you want to plug before we wrap up? Any, again, of your projects, your Twitch, all that good stuff.
Sure. Well, the most recent thing that Cognitive has done, we have a music video for Fragmented Perception off of the Matricide album. So go on YouTube, check that out. It was done by the mighty Eric DiCarlo. So the video is fucking gnarly looking.
Dope.
You could say what you want about the song, but the fucking video is sick.
Song's great.
We have Cognitive has merch. It's on massacremerch.com/cognitive, and then the label Unique Leader Records /cognitive. They have some other designs up for us as well. And yeah, just follow us on all the social medias, all that good shit. And yeah, we're working on a new album. It's almost done. It's so much more ignorant than Matricide was. I cannot wait to fucking share it with you. But yeah, that's what I have on Cognitive. I'm writing music for another band that I've started up with my buddies Keith and Connor. Can't speak too much about it right now, but the album is almost done. So that's gonna be super sick. But yeah, we'll talk again later once I have some concrete stuff to show you.
Okay, sick.
So
Awesome.
keep an eye out for that, and follow me on Twitch. I'll be streaming every Monday and Wednesday going forward. Took a break a little while, but we back, motherfucker. It's twitch.tv/Shane Souls. I'm gonna be playing a lot of Apex Legends and Dark Souls. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And Megan, Onion Night, what's going on? Yeah, our hats are on massacremerch.com, and honestly, they're fucking sick. I think our hoodies are up there right now too, although
Nice.
it's too hot for that shit. But talk to your boy Travis; he knows all about our hoodies.
Yeah. He like only wears that hoodie, so it's awesome.
He was stoked on it. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
But
dude.
that's what I got. What
Awesome.
about you? Let's hear some plugs.
Hell yeah. Well, they're probably sick of hearing my plugs. So, but
You gotta do it in the beginning.
the usual shit. Follow the Big Shred on Twitter, which I never use. So I don't know if you want to follow us on there, but whatever. Instagram, Twitch. So the Twitch actually changed. So the Twitch is now the Big Shred Podcast. I changed it from my personal one, and you can peep all of the old episodes. Not all of them. Yeah, you see that?
Production value. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you can peep all the old episodes. And I say all, it's not all of them. They're not all up there, and that's my bad. I've been working on the Abiotic album, so I've been slacking on getting episodes on YouTube and Spotify and shit. But you can check out some of the old ones on the YouTube page. This one will certainly be up there as well if you're just catching it in the middle or the end of this live stream. And we've got, like I mentioned before, some sweet episodes coming up this week. So I've got my buddy Eddie Torres on Wednesday, and then we're not doing a stream on Saturday, but we are doing a special Friday stream with Trevor from Black Dahlia. So super stoked to have him on the stream.
Can't wait for that one. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah, come hang out. And Shane, dude, thank you fucking so much for coming on. I can't wait to hear New Cognitive. Again, for the shows that, like I said, I did do on the comeback tour with you guys, you were fucking awesome. The lineup that, Rob has and you guys have now is super sick, and wish you guys nothing but the best in the future. I hope, you stay safe, you stay healthy, all the boys too. Mad love to Tyler and everybody else in the band send my love to the boys and our love from Abiotic. We got love for you guys. And
Absolutely, right back at you, homie.
well, thanks, man. And yeah, hopefully we can fucking do some more shows together soon, and or post Corona, or even in like a virtual tour or whatever the fuck happens.
We'll do like a band battle. Like I'll be on like Cognitive on the right, Abiotic on the left, then just like trade songs out, and then we're still gonna fuck up Changeover somehow.
Yeah, right. Still gonna be fucking people heckling us in between songs.
Somebody is still going to dismantle their drum rack on stage.
On stage, exactly. He's gonna pull off every cymbal, and he's not gonna know where his cymbal bag is, so he's gonna be looking for it for a little while. Then he's gonna find it, but it's gonna be broken.
You know what? Actually, I'm cool with never playing shows again because I'll never have to see it.
Yeah,
never have to see that again. He's unscrewing the little fucking splash and was like, dude, what the fuck?
Oh man, it's awful. It's terrible.
It's always the fucking local opener too, or the it's like they'll have one guy like, one more song. He's like, oh, you want one more? And then play like an 8-minute song before
dude.
Let's not shit on any more musicians. It's been fun.
Yeah, well, love all the people that have been supporting, people, us bands going to and playing shows in your area. So fucking just get stoked for when the shit's over, because we're all going to be hitting it hard as fuck, and we'll be back in your town and hopefully together. So Shane, again, thanks so much for coming on, dude, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, man. And y'all at home, take it easy, stay safe, don't you dare go hollow, and I'll see you next time.
Peace.